What's up, YouTube? We are back again. It is now 2021. We've been away for a while, but we're back with another horror movie review. My name is Gillis the Kid. I'm here with Mike, and just let everybody know what we're going to be talking about.
Well, first of all, let me just take this time to first of all wish everybody a happy New Year. We're starting. This is January of 2021, and it's not really. I mean, it's been a crazy 2020, with the pandemic. That's kind of like another reason why we really haven't been able to do our reviews in a while. But we're back now, and hopefully we'll try to start doing more in the future. So we'll get back to work on that. So, and please, important message. Always continue to wear your masks in public wherever you go, and we can get rid of this pandemic. So it's good to be back. So, we just got done watching Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which came out in October of 1989. The director, his name was Dominique, if I'm going to say it right, Dominique Othine Girard.
Right.
Not too familiar.
It's also starring Danielle Harris.
Yeah, the people from who was in Part 4, right? Danielle Harris is back as Jamie Lloyd. Ellie Cornell, she's back as Rachel. And, of course, the main character, Donald Pleasance, of course, returns as Dr. Loomis.
Dr. Loomis.
And Michael Myers in this one was played by Don Shanks. I believe I'm saying his name right. I believe it's Don Shanks. I can check again just to make sure.
Yeah.
Don Shanks. Don Shanks is Michael Myers. Yeah, the Part 4 was George P. Wilbur who played him in the fourth one. He did not play him in this one, but the next one, The Curse of Michael Myers, he did come back and he did play him. He did play Michael Myers in that one.
So the first thing I want to talk about is, the first movie, classic. Second movie, it was good.
Right.
It was all done in one night.
Right. It was like a one night.
And then you have
Halloween 3, the season of the witch.
Nothing to do with Michael Myers.
The season of the witch. Oh yeah.
But 4 and 5 would probably have to be my favorite. We already did 4. We're going to talk about 5 here.
Right.
So this movie starts out on Halloween, and it was like a year after they shot him and fell down the well.
Well, that's where it picks up. It picks up in the opening. Towards the end of Part 4, when he was driving. He was driving on top of the car, he was on top of the car with Rachel and Jamie driving, and he got ran over. And that's when Sheriff Meeker, who is back in Part 5, Sheriff Meeker, played by Bo Starr, he came back in this one. They all shot him at the end. He fell into the ditch, and then and that's when they added the new scene. When he was crawling, he saw the crawl, and they threw the dynamite or the explosives, and of course he was able to escape and get into the river.
Right.
And he just started moving around in the river.
The funniest part about this movie is, he got to that little shack where the guy was living in.
Well, that was after he was in the river. He just happened to land there, unless
he was there for a year. Like the guy never called the cops or anything.
Well, here's the other thing too. He opens the door. He puts his arms around his neck like he's about to choke him. That's when he passed out. And he keeps him. He keeps his he keeps him in that room for years. That guy choked him. He's about to choke him. He's like, oh, poor guy.
You would think that he would call the cops.
Guy either passed out or God forbid died in my house.
That's the only the not believable part is he laid there for a
whole year. He kept the body. Yeah, he kept the body in the room for a whole year, and he never. Maybe because he was lonely and he needed somebody to talk to besides his parrot bird, Ziggy the parrot. If you all know what we're talking about in the opening of Part 5, Ziggy.
So a year passed. It's Halloween again.
Right.
Michael Myers wakes up and then he kills the guy.
Thanks to Jamie,
right?
Because Jamie, that was the interesting thing about this movie. Apparently, Jamie was able to communicate with him.
She was like,
what was the story with her?
She was like, what do you call it? Telekinetic
power.
She was having premonitions. She had a connection with Michael Myers.
Right. It's like she was able to see him or something. Right, because that's how he came back.
Because when he killed the guy, she sort of felt it.
She was reenacting. Right, he wakes. Yeah, and don't forget the one thing that we thought that was neat too. When he finally wakes up, I guess from his coma. I guess he called his coma.
Right.
And you'll see it later on in the movie too. You see him without the mask on, which was pretty neat. So if you ever want to briefly, right? So if you pause it or something else, because you see gets up real fast. And of course his mask is hanging on the top there, so of course obviously he doesn't waste time. He grabs it and he puts it on, and then of course and then obviously he finally kills the guy, and then Jamie she was felt it too.
I noticed they changed the mask a lot too in these movies.
Oh yeah, the masks. Yeah. Oh, the masks are always different, right? I know we said this before in part one. Of course, the mask was originally made. It was a William Shatner mask. That's how they turned. I think they just
they like molded the mask from his face.
Right, molded or sprayed white paint on it. I don't know, obviously, but that's and then it's the masks. They changed in every one. So I think they would have saved the masks, but they just kept changing it. So he kills the old man, and then they take Jamie down to the emergency room.
Well, Jamie, she's in a child clinic now,
right?
So she's not in that house with her foster parents because she stabbed her mom at the end.
Yeah.
So
Here's a question too. Did she live or did she die? Because remember, I know Rachel said, because eventually, after they after Loomis came, the first time you see Loomis, in part 5, you see her, they were going to put her out or something. Of course, Loomis said, no, she's trying to tell us something. Leading into the next day with, Rachel was at she was at the clinic. And, and she said, she was leaving and she says, Mom and Dad sends her love. So, assume that she lived.
I always assumed that she lived because she got stabbed once.
It looked like in the dream. It looks like it was maybe a couple times. Maybe
she fell in the tub.
So maybe,
but they got there in time before she actually killed her.
Right.
But after that they were like, you can't stay in the house with us.
Oh,
so they put Jamie in a child clinic, and then by the way, she was mute too. Like
she wasn't able to talk. Right, she couldn't talk. That was the other thing too. So she, it was so much yelled too. She'd be like,
she had like a chalkboard where she's like, he's coming for me.
He's coming for you, right? And then of course, then he got the mess. Well, then he got somebody through the brick through the window that says the evil child must die.
Right. There was a nurse that.
The nurse. She loved her. Yeah, she loved her to death. She was, saying, Jamie, do you want me to call your mother?
And then you meet one of my favorite characters, Tina,
played by Wendy. If I'm saying it right, Wendy Chaplin.
Yep, you got it.
Is it Wendy Chaplin? Okay, I was gonna say I can look again,
but this was like her, one of her. Only
Kaplan. It's Wendy Kaplan. Wendy Kaplan.
But this was like her main movie. Like she wasn't in much before this.
I looked her up too. She made a lot of. I think she made a lot of guest appearances. Right. I think it even said Guiding Light. It was the TV show Guiding Light that comes on. Well, it used to come on ABC or Channel 10. I forget what channel. One of the soap operas. So she made a lot of guest appearances. So,
but Tina was like. She was like the flirty, the flirty, jolly,
happy-go-lucky, right? She was always happy, dancing around and everything. So,
so they were planning on having this party,
right,
at this place called the Royal Farm,
Tower Farms, right? Rachel and I was
thinking
Rachel,
of the chicken place. That's
good. And by the way, good. It's true they say it is world famous chicken. I've had their Royal Farms chicken, so be sure to try their delicious chicken. Right,
Tower Farm.
Yeah, Tower Farm. But I'm saying Royal Farms chicken's good too. So try the Royal Farms chicken. But in the movie, the Tower Farm. That's where the party was at. We thought that Rachel. It looked like Rachel. I think was going to go before. She had one thing about Rachel. She had a small role in this one. Mm-hmm. I think she was only in it for not even maybe a half hour, less than a half hour at the most.
That's the thing. Like Tina became
the main. She was more the main character. Yeah, it's like she took her spot, and Rachel got written off. Myers, I believe, stabbed her with I think it was like scissors or something on her shoulder, if I'm saying it right. All by and of course they had their dog Max.
Well, if the police would have searched the house properly,
right?
somehow he hid in the house.
Yeah,
to the point where it is possible.
Oh yeah,
but
he started on the
they
outside.
just didn't. Yeah.
Well, he was on the outside. She was, taking her shower.
Right.
I don't know if she left the front door open, but who knows? He's got powers himself to just bar.
Oh, he always gets in some way. Yeah.
So I mean, at first she leaves. Remember she didn't see Myers at first,
right.
but she's Lewis still called her because Jamie had that feeling something's going to happen to Rachel. And she leaves. Of course, she has her towel on. She couldn't even get dressed or nothing.
Well, it's just like part 4, where he's literally in the back seat the whole time,
right?
And then they lock all the doors of the house, but he's already in the house. Like he always finds a way in.
Oh, right. So, and as we said, then Rachel, sadly she finally dies. So she's like we said, small role for her in this one. So, but
Rachel finally gets it.
Finally gets it after. Well, she had to come too. She did run him over with a car in part 4.
Yeah.
So Rachel's history.
Then we meet Sammy.
Sammy, that's Tina's
best friend.
Yeah, and then she was
the blonde girl.
And then of course we meet Tina's boyfriend, Mikey, who we thought was he was funny, and because he had no personality throughout the whole movie.
Well, he played as like the cool guy with the leather jacket.
Right, kind of reminds you of Fonz.
The
Fonzarelli from Happy Days. The Fonz.
He had the Dodge Challenger car with
which nobody did not want him touching his car.
He's got the red. The cloth, he's always
he's always cleaning it up, right? And of course later we meet Sammy, and of course we meet Sammy's girlfriend, Spence.
Spence,
it's actually Spitz.
Oh, Spence.
Spitz, played by Matthew Walker.
Right.
Matthew Walker, and then Sammy was played by, where is Sammy at?
Sammy,
Samantha,
yeah.
Played by Tamara Glenn.
Right.
Tamara Glenn.
But she, they all met up at the store because they wanted to get beer.
The kegs of beer or something, right? Because that's where that's what he told Spitz told
somehow
Mikey
Michael Myers knew.
Go around the back of the store, and I'll give it to you.
Somehow Michael Myers knew they were at the store. I don't know.
And apparently Michael Myers has good hearing because remember what he said to Spitz. Touch the car again, and you did.
Yeah.
So later on, he apparently he must have heard him or something. I don't know. So he gets to get like a rake or a.
Yeah, it was like one of those things. It looked like a rake, but it had like 3 little metal prongs on it.
Right, and he smacked on the car and starts scratching it.
Mikey is the guy in the movie where you just know he's gonna get killed for being an asshole. Yeah. Like you know.
Oh yeah.
You know eventually he's gonna get killed.
He saw the cops. He was waving to the cops, and then he flips them off as he's waving. So yeah, he scratches the car. Then of course he gets out and he has like a rake or something of his own, and he says, "You want to play trick or treat?" And he chokes him. And of course Myers has he's got the pitchfork or rake or something, whack right around his forehead.
And throughout the movie, Jamie, she just can't speak up until the part where.
Well, that's towards right. That's after they bring Tina to the clinic. But so Mikey's gone, and then he wears. Then Michael ends up driving Mikey's car.
Right. Throughout the movie, yeah. Right,
because she was going to pick up Tina at Rachel's house, and he puts on. Of course, he switches mask and he puts on the mask that she gave Mikey. Right. And of course, she.
So Michael Myers is kind of smart. Like he listens.
Right.
He's sort of like a. I don't want to say like a ninja or something, but he's like. He's smart in a way. Like he's not stupid. A lot of people thought Michael Myers was just like a dumb killer.
Right, exactly. He gets to the house, and he's still it's funny. He's still a little because I remember I think he did beep the horn for her too. And it came out. She of course the whole because he didn't talk the whole time in the car. He just kept breathing. Hear him breathing the whole time.
I always thought he did that because he knew Jamie was close to Tina. So he sort of like stayed close to her.
Right. I figure it would lead into getting Jamie. So remember when she kissed. I think it was Myers she kissed. Remember she just goes, she says like you're creepy. I forget she says you're creepy.
This is creepy.
This is creepy. Yeah, this is creepy. And then I remember he's just on the steering wheel, like holding like rubbing his hands on the steering wheel, like he's like he's probably me like I want to run somebody over. I mean the way look, he's ready to.
He's tension up.
So ready to run somebody over. So that's remember when he went to the gas station? Remember she told him to stop. Remember he drove past.
Cookie woman.
Yeah,
Cookie woman.
Yeah, he just drove past. He's like, I said stop the car. So he's like doesn't like go. He like backs away real fast. Yeah. And she was getting the silent treatment. Remember she was like, oh nothing, Mike. You're not gonna say nothing. That's all I get. The silent treatment. So
because that little kid, what was his name? Billy.
Billy. Yeah, Billy, he stuttered a little bit too.
Right,
Billy. Right, that's when Jamie again.
He told Dr. Loomis and the police where she was going.
Right, that's when she started. Yeah. Right, because again, she was getting crazy again. Had that feeling, that's when, of course she wasn't talking all the way. She kept like store, no.
Cookie woman.
Yeah, cookie woman. And
I do have to say, there's some weird like voiceovers in this movie too.
Yeah.
There's just times where Tina is talking and it doesn't seem.
Yeah, well, that's what we said. Remember the part where she said this when he says, "Nothing, Mikey. That's all I get."
Nothing, Mikey.
Yeah, because you see, it looked like, and if you see her lips, because even her lips, it looked like she was like, like kind of like stuttering, like
right.
the way it looked when if you see the movie, you'll know what we're talking about. You just watch your lips closely in that car scene. So
it's weird.
Right. So the police get to the station, the gas station, and they they get Brad Tina. Of course, Myers is gone. He drove away. He did switch mask. He put his regular mask back on. Then he ended up driving away.
Well, when they brought Tina back to that party that they were having, that's when Jamie all of a sudden started speaking again.
Well, they took her from the gas station. Oh no, wait. Yeah, they took her from the gas station to the clinic, and that's when Jamie finally started talking. And she went, Tina, and Tina was all happy, like, I love it. Say it again. And then
just out of the blue, she just started speaking. She started
talking, and then she wanted to, Jamie didn't want her to leave.
Right.
And then when they were in the clip, remember, she's like, I'll be back, I promise. She's like, Tina, I'll be back.
Yeah, she was. Oh, and the Tower Farms was out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
That was a farm, right?
Yeah. It was, yeah.
It was like an actual farm.
Right.
It was like a little.
Right. Yeah. So we get to that. We're pretty much at the party now. Everybody's dancing, having a good time. And
the cops took her there.
Yeah, the two goofy cops in the movie. Well, Loomis told her to, remember?
Yeah.
Remember, he told her, follow the girl. I was like, oh, on whose orders?
If that girl dies tonight.
Hey, redock anything. So they take...
And then they had Sammy, who had a bright idea to play a prank on him. And she finds like a cat.
Right, leading into the when they go to the farm where they start making out. And apparently, Spitz was dressed as a cowboy, and then he just decided to change outfits and dress like Myers. He had the mask on, he had the jumpsuit on there, and he changed costumes.
Oh yeah, that's right, he did change costumes.
Yeah, because remember they were dancing. He had like a cowboy outfit on, and I don't know, he just changed all of a sudden, like switched outfits.
And Sammy, what was she, like a devil?
She was like a devil, right? I remember too with remember when Sammy asked Tina, "Where's Mikey?" Ask me if I care.
Yeah.
I was yelling no interest in him anymore.
That's why it was easy to kill him, because no one like wondered where he was.
So they didn't care, and let's go look for him. So eventually, right? So then they get in the farm. Of course, Tina leaves, and then Spitz and Sammy they start making out.
Yeah.
Of course,
did he kill them both at the same time?
Well, remember first. Spitz scared Sammy first, because remember she was like, "Oh, that's very funny," and then she was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he was dressed as Mike.
Yeah, he was pretending to really start. We were joking. He had the Joker laugh.
Yeah,
because every time he's scared, like you really have like a Joker laugh or a ghost laugh. Yeah, they started making out, and then and of course Myers.
Oh, that's when he had the
pitchfork.
The pitchfork.
That's when he had the pitchfork. Right, he put it around right through his back, right from the back of his skin.
Well, it went through him into her.
No.
Wasn't it?
No.
You're right.
Up.
You're
No.
right. Yeah.
You
know what?
Yeah,
I'm taking
part two.
Friday, yeah.
Part two.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking Friday the 13th.
The two counselors at the beginning of the movie. Yep.
This is how many movies we've watched.
This is how I help him out. Yeah, that was part two. That's when he had the it was like an arrow fork or something. Yeah, and he just stabbed him in the back. I was Jason in part two. But it's
he killed her with like a sickle.
It was like it's like a hook or something.
A sickle, yeah.
And that was the other thing, another voiceover.
Yeah.
When she when Sammy grabbed I forgot. Well, no, she took the pitchfork off of Spitz.
Right.
And I saw her, and I saw this. You hear her going, "You son of a bitch!" and
her mouth didn't move.
Her mouth didn't move.
See,
there's another one. Yeah, for catching on. If you've seen this before, you know what we're talking about.
Weird voiceovers.
Right. So Myers knocks the fork out, and then he just you just see the weapon just going across the screen, and you see the blood coming out.
Yeah.
So they're both. Yep. So the two lovebirds are gone, and then Tina goes back in because they were all going to go somewhere else. I think. Remember, they were leaving the farm to go to another.
Yeah, that guy asked Tina if she wanted a ride, and she was like, "No, I'm gonna go find my friends."
Yeah, I forgot where they were going to go because they were going to go somewhere else.
I guess it was like an after party.
I know. That's when she went in, and she saw. Well, she saw the one cat because the cat had some blood on the. Some blood was on the cat, and then of course the bodies fell on top of her. So.
That whole scene reminded me of what was that guy in the mines? My
Bloody Valentine.
Yeah. Remember when they were in that like little courthouse? That scene when they were at the party reminded me of that too. So maybe.
That's And speaking of that, we did a review on that movie a while ago. My Bloody Valentine. It's Valentine's Day is coming up soon. So that's for you horror fans. That's a movie you might want to dig out. Which is there
is the remake. So.
You got the right. The original was 1983, if I'm saying right, or 81. And of course, the remake was 2009.
Yep.
So
it always takes them at least like 10 years to make a remake.
Oh yeah, you're right. Just like with the Chainsaw Massacre.
Some are good, some are bad.
Right. Just like with the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. They remade them a few years later. So Tina runs for her life. Eventually she sees Jamie. Jamie and Billy. They both went.
Yeah. How did Jamie and Billy get there?
They just did
they walk?
Well, Jamie left on her. Well, Jamie left on her own at first, and then Billy just bumped. They bumped into each other.
I think they walked.
Yeah, that's what they did. They walked or ran.
Because I know eventually Loomis shows up. But
that's after. Well, that's after.
He wouldn't have never took them there.
No.
So they must have walked.
Yeah, she did because remember when Tina came out of the barn. That's when she saw them, and that's when Myers was there. He started the car, which, by the way, he did kill those two goofy cops. By the way,
yeah,
he started the car and he started chasing Tina.
That's what made her start running because when she went into the barn, that's when she ran out to get help. She saw the police car. And they were already dead.
She went door and he saw the blood was on their faces. And
which I knew was coming.
Oh, of course, coming too. Goofy cops, and then. Right, then Myers started she started chasing Tina for a few minutes, and then Jamie. First of all, I don't know why Jamie's crazy because then all she goes, here, chase me, get yourself right here. So she chased her for a few minutes into the bushes. That's
she did that because Tina tripped, so she was like,
right, yeah. And that's when Myers crashed into the trees. Remember because he was driving through the trees, and he all of a sudden he just crashed into the big one.
Right.
The horn beeping, because the horn was beeping for a few minutes. I guess because he was supposedly unconscious. Then then of course the horn stopped.
Right.
And then
the one thing I gotta mention though, before we forget, during the beginning of the movie, some guy came to the town. Like he got off the bus.
The Man in Black.
Yeah.
Yes. So, he was all covered in black. He had the hat on.
Yeah.
He just kept walking around with a bag. Right. And you saw him a few times throughout the movie too. The man. Yeah. That's what he was just known as, the Man in Black.
The Man in Black.
The Man in Black. So we'll talk more about him toward as we get to the end. So what were we? That's right. After Myers crashed into the car, he wakes up. He gets out. And as he's about to go to Jamie, as he's about ready to the knife ready to stab, and Tina comes in front and stops Michael,
and
she started stabbing Tina.
Yeah.
All she kept doing was run.
Tina got killed.
And
all
she kept saying was run. run.
But
And then Loomis, that's when Loomis
Right.
came out of nowhere. Yeah, you see him behind the bush, and he grabs the two of them. Chris is like, they get scared, and you see Sheriff Meeker and all the and everybody. So,
which is a shame because I actually wanted Tina to survive, but
yeah, I figured it would since she was pretty much the main girl.
Yeah.
Took Rachel's spot after Rachel was killed. But no,
then they came up with a plan to
That's when Loomis. Right, that's when Loomis said, "No, will you help me?"
Yeah.
And that was the scene we got to mention earlier too, Lewis, when he said there, "You know where he is."
Yeah. Throughout the whole movie, he was just like harassing her, just like yelling and.
Oh yeah, remember the nurse? Remember finally the nurse finally said, "Leave the girl alone."
Yeah.
It's like she, I mean, people at the clinic probably. I'm sure the people at the clinic probably think Loomis was crazy. Probably crazy.
He was a little crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, remember with Tina. Remember when she left the clinic. Remember he's like, you're really creepy. Fighting her with all that boogeyman crap. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people thought he was a crazy person.
So then they go to the Myers house.
They go to the Myers house where they set up the plan to have. Yeah. Well, remember when they drove. Yeah, when the cops drove away. Remember
Right.
Loomis said, I know you're out there. Or he says, "Go home. I'll be waiting there for you."
Which I have to add that the Myers house just keeps getting bigger.
Right. It seems like it changed. Right. It was like the first one was like just a not small house, but like a big, regular size, story building, 2-story building, and then the second one, or excuse me, the one we just watched looks like it was like a mansion,
Right?
Because it had like a top top point with the house here, and it was something, it's like all connected. Yeah, it's
and
like the
he
house
still
was
had
different.
neighbors too. Like that's.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
figure the
crazy
neighbors. You figure the neighbors would be like, "We're living next door to a killer." Yeah,
kind of crazy to.
Maybe we want to sell our house and move out of state. Jeez.
So then we have.
They're at that.
What was that one cop that came? He was like a lieutenant or something.
The one that was with Jamie.
Yeah, he was signed.
Well, he was like, he was assigned like the watcher or whatever, right?
Well, yeah, Loomis. He had the walkie.
Well, they all did. Meeker and everybody.
The sheriff and the SWAT team. That Michael was somewhere else.
The clinic.
Or the clinic.
The clinic, which they did. They all left. Well, it's funny because he might have been there. He might have been there because remember when Meeker got there? Remember they had the stretcher. I remember one of the
doctor.
Yeah, it was a doctor. Yeah, somebody just saw. So I guess he was there.
He was there,
right? Then he went back. to the house.
Loomis did that just so they can drive.
Right? Because then Loomis can have Myers to himself.
Well, I mean, what was he expecting to do, though?
Well, first he was trying to communicate.
He doesn't
with
have
him.
Handcuffs or not like.
Right, he was just trying to communicate with him. Just say, Michael, remember? Well, first he was telling Jamie's not here.
But you think Michael is just gonna like randomly just get in the car with him and drive back to wherever
or jail? I don't know. Well, he had the knife. Of course, he was he's holding the knife, and he was he's like let me take that from you. He's like, remember, you got to grab the knife from him. Of course, all of a sudden, he stabbed him. He threw him to the
Michael's outside. Remember he said that?
Oh yeah, that was after
he's trying to climb out the window.
That was the other thing too. Well, first. Right, and that's the other thing too. And he kills the one cop when he pulls up to the house, and they're just listening on the walkie-talkie.
Right.
And the funny thing is, like the lieutenant, he's just like, "Oh, you're there?" Like he hears him yelling to death. I would throw the walkie down, then get out there and go save him out there. But
he drove up in a police
car. And of course he threw the walkie away. As we went, crazy son of a. But as we were saying, then they finally communicated. He threw Loomis around. And then, they were going to escape out the window, the cop and Jamie, and then Myers. Of course, Myers came in,
right?
And the cop shot him a couple times, and they were going to go out. And all of a sudden, Myers just barged right
in. I always said like when he shot him, he should have just checked, ran out of the door.
Ran out of the door. But he barged in. He started whacking the cop, and he put the rope around him, and then he threw him out. And he was just hanging.
All right.
And then
you're on the third floor. Like, how you gonna?
Right. And then the chase began with Jamie in the house, and of course she didn't run out of the house. She decided to stay in the house. She was hiding. She went what was like not an air conditioner, but
it was like one of those air ducts.
Is that an air duct? Right. She first she said in there because she was saying, "Please God, please don't let him take me. Please don't let him take me."
Well, first she fell to the basement. Did he try to like stab her through the?
That's what he did first. He came in, and I think he tried to open the door. Then that's when she fell back.
Yeah,
that's when she fell down. Then that's when he went around. Then he
actually helped her get up because like he stabbed through like her foot.
Right, when he went downstairs, right, that's
like gave her a boost.
He was trying to. Well, first he was trying to open a thing. Then he kept putting the knife. Then he kept putting a knife in. Then finally he just lost. Yeah, he lost it because as he was doing it faster. He's like, shh. And that's when she dove.
You would have think he would have tried that first instead.
Right. Then she used the knife. Then she got to the top, went in the room, and that's where she saw Rachel. Mm-hmm. She saw dead body Rachel, and Mikey too. Mikey was in there too.
Right.
That was Mikey hanging on the something. And then she got into that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He brought all the bodies back.
Mikey and Rachel were in the.
He had a coffin there for Jamie.
I guess assuming it was for Jamie. That's why maybe she got in there. Myers goes in.
That's when she finally seen.
Right, she was getting ready to stab, and that's when she just went, "Uncle, look at me." And she just went, "Let me see," and I don't know. Apparently, understood her. I don't know.
He always falls for that too.
Right.
Like, all they have to do is just call his name, and he just
right. And he took, so he got her to take the mask off. Of course, it was like pitch dark where he was at, so you couldn't see his face fully. But he saw the tear coming down.
I mean, if you pause it, I know sometimes Michael Myers have like black hair.
That's why I said the beginning. Well, that's why I said the beginning of part 5 when he came out of the coma. You see him getting up real fast.
Right.
And so if you pause it there, right, you can see his face before he puts the mask back on. But where he was here, you just it was pitch black where he was at there when he took it off, but it was a little closer.
Yeah, they ain't want you to see.
Right. I mean, except he saw the tear coming down his eye. I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Let me.
Yeah, he had the feelings. Like, right. It's like all of a sudden he started having feelings. I don't know. But as he started to grab her, and then he just all of a sudden just woke up like, get off me, and then put the mask back on. Right. And he just started. He's like, he started stabbing her through the. Then he got ticked off and then Murray through the coffin. He was like, all of a sudden,
he breaks the coffin.
Yeah, it's like she tricked me or something like that.
So
and
then,
that's when Loomis grabs her. You want her? Yeah. Come get her! Lowered him down the stairs. Come get her!
When I first seen that movie, I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like he's just
come get her. And then and that's when he threw it, and he had the trap.
Oh yeah, he had
net. It's like a metal net or something.
Well, he had like a tranquilizer gun.
Well, he had the net too. Remember the net fell on him. Then he had a tranquilizer gun. He shot him a few times, but Myers he was able to grab the gun.
Yeah.
He grabbed that, and then finally Loomis just grabbed the board.
Shot him like 5 times,
right?
Too,
and of course he got up. Then he grabbed the board and he started die. And here's a trivia question for you. I wanted to wait till we did this review. What's that remind you? Who else says die? Come on.
Oh, you talking about Jason? Oh, you talking about the kid, Corey Feldman. Was it Corey Feldman?
That's it.
Yeah.
Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah.
Because he did the same thing when Fine Chapel. Die.
But he had a knife. He had a machete though.
Yeah, he had the machete.
He was just hacking on the.
Right, but Lewis did the same thing. Die. Remember then he got. It's like he just got worse. Right. And he got on top. Like.
Yeah, when I first saw this movie, I thought Dr. Loomis had actually died. Like I remember when he fell, I was like, "Oh wow, Dr. Loomis is dead." But
when he tried to take him and he threw him across. Yeah, he threw him
because it looked like he died. Like his eyes were open, and I was like, "Oh wow, he died."
Well, that's like part 4. Remember at the school? Remember he grabbed him, he like threw him through the glass, like shoved him through the glass or something.
Well, remember when I told you. At the end of part 2, that was supposed to have been the end.
They were going to end it. I think my brother told me that they were going to just end the whole thing there. But he came back in part 4 because you see his face is like half a little burned up. But
because you can tell like these stories of like the guy in black, and he had the little symbols on his wrist.
Right. You find out later, and we'll do part 6 in the future. That was it was supposed to be like a mark. Yeah. Supposed to be Sam Hain, if I'm saying it right.
It was like a cult or something like that.
Right. You'll see that. The people have the hoods on. You'll see that when we do
the story future. Gets ridiculous too.
Right. Well, if we're gonna do them in order, don't worry. We'll do that in the future. That'll be Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael Myers. So Michael Myers. So Loomis whacks Myers. He passes out on top. I'm like, ugh. I remember that. And then cops came. Meeker. He goes to jail. And Jamie, of course, says, "He'll never die."
Yeah,
because Meeker said, because remember Meeker says he'll be isolated or something until the day he dies. And Jamie
the Man in Black, he had like a
and then
like a machine gun.
Then the Man in Black shows up again. And finally, this time, well, first you hear the explosion.
Yeah,
that might have been for the jail cell because remember when first you hear the explosion.
You had to have explosives because you seen the way like those bars were bent.
It was crooked, right? And then you see him, and you see him whacking all the cops, kill every cop in the building. Which probably, obviously, I guess that's how Sheriff Meeker got written off.
Yeah,
very good cop. Again, that was played by Beau Starr, who made a couple movies. He was in the movie.
Once again, the entire police force gets wiped out.
Right. Beau Starr, yeah, he was in the movie Speed. Yeah, he just had a small role in that one. I believe we said that in part 4. But so he frees Michael Myers, the Man in Black frees Myers. The cops are all gone, and Jamie. First of all, the cop that took Jamie to the car says, "Stay here." Yeah. And of course, she still gets out. Out of the car, and then like we were saying this too. Obviously, all the cops had to be killed because you think. No, there was not one cop in the building that would have said like, "What are you doing here? Get back in the get in the car or something." So
he had a machine gun or something because it was just he was just blowing them away.
Big machine gun. So and Jamie, she comes in. Of course, she sees the jail cell and Michael Myers has escaped.
Yeah,
and looks at just stares. No.
Well, these movies they always end in
controversy.
Well, they end in like cliffhangers all the time.
Oh, of course. So. And one more thing too. The Man in Black, by the way, was played by Don Shanks. It is on Wikipedia. It said Michael Myers / the Man in Black. So he had a double role in this one. Yeah. Double role. So he played them both. So. And that's how Part 5 ended, and then they didn't bring back Michael Myers until 1996.
The 90s.
1996, if I'm saying it right. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers.
And The Curse of Michael Myers was Donald Pleasance's last.
Yes, that was his last one. If you've seen it, you'll know that throughout the movie he was just his health was just getting bad. He was I think he was sick throughout the movie. I could be wrong, but he just health wise he was talked a little weak in it. So if you've seen the movie, you know what we're talking about. So and that was that at the Part 6. That was his last one. So So and that's how it ended. That's how the movie was over. 1989, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. As we said, Donald Pleasance came back in Part 6. That was his last one. And then, of course, they did the Rob Zombie version with Malcolm McDowell playing Donald Pleasance. Malcolm McDowell. Donald Pleasance was much better. I'm sorry, Malcolm, but Donald Pleasance is the best Dr. Loomis.
You can never beat the original.
No, you can't beat the original. Donald Pleasance is the man.
But yeah, in my opinion, Part 1, classic.
Right.
Part 2, good. Part 3 had nothing to do with Michael Myers.
Don't waste your time watching that unless you just want to say
is that in the box set? Halloween? Oh, God.
I believe we had, like I said, I think when we did Part 4, it's not with we don't have it now, but I believe we had the box set in the last one, if I'm saying it right. And it had them all. It had Part 3, and it did have the 2 Rob Zombie versions.
Well, sometimes you can go to Walmart and get, like, the double feature or whatever it is.
Right.
I had 4 and 5, like, on one disc, so.
Yeah, even, because even on, like, there's a cover that's got 4. It's like half. It's like Part 4. It'd be Part 4 like on like here, and then Part 5 here. It's like Myers' face. You see the face of Part 4.
And it's like divided.
Right, and then Jamie. You see the part with Jamie. It's like in the smaller corner. So they do that too.
And I believe Danielle Harris. She's still making horror movies too. Like she was on Twitter saying like there's a new movie coming out.
Right, and of course there will be a new Halloween movie coming out. I believe at the end of this year. Looking forward to that. It's going to be it's a trilogy. This is actually the second one that's coming out. So looking forward to that. It should be good. Hopefully it'll be good. I mean the last one was good with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
So hopefully
it was pretty good.
It was. Yeah. That last one was good. So hopefully this one. Looking forward to this one.
I think that was actually the last time we went to the theaters, wasn't it?
It was either that. It might have been. I know we saw. Don't forget, we did see Stephen King. We did see Stephen King's It, don't forget, the second part 2. So it had to be, it was one of those two. I forget which Yeah, I forget which one. It was one or the other, and that was the last time we went. So
yeah,
but
that's all I have.
I think that's it. Like I said, it's hopefully we'll get back. We'll get back to work, and we'll try to get back to doing more movies. I know it's like I said. I know it's been a while, but because of pandemic.
It's 2021. We're gonna have some new stuff coming up.
I hope so too. And everybody, please continue. Again, please be safe out there. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday. Still got to be with family. And of course, please wear your masks in public. And let's hopefully in the future, hopefully this pandemic will go away, and hopefully we can get back to a normal life. That's all I can say.
We're getting there little by little.
I hope so. Yeah. Definitely so. But I think we covered it all, and I think we covered as much as we can of it. If you haven't seen it, see it. And one more thing too. Between 4 and 5. I think part 4 was a little better than part 5.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah.
Just my opinion.
Jamie had more of a personality in the movie. Like she could talk and
right. So that was just my thing. Between the storylines, I just thought that part 4 was better than 5. I mean, 5. Don't get me wrong. 5 is good too, but 4 I think is much better than 5. So that was. Yeah.
I would say that 5 is like the last great Michael Myers movie. Like the other ones,
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean the ones. Yeah, I mean H2O was pretty good. That was the first one that Jamie Lee Curtis did after Loomis died. I thought that was pretty good.
And I'm going to drop everything down into the description.
Right, we'll have more. But
so you can check that out.
But I'm sure in the future, like I said, we'll talk more about the Halloween movies. Maybe we'll get back to the Friday 13s. We'll get back to the Nightmare on Elm Streets. We'll, whatever ones, as always, we have in mind, we'll work on it. So we'll get to do it.
Yeah, there's like Blu-ray DVD box sets out now that you can get.
I think I bought on. Well, like I said, the Halloween one I bought a while ago. I think we showed that one on Halloween 4. I believe I'm saying it right. Yeah. And I think Nightmare on Elm Street too. I think when we did Freddy's Revenge, I did have the box set. That was a Blu-ray set.
Like everything now.
Right. So you can watch little clear versions of Freddy or all the killers HD blood.
Yeah.
So all right.
So let me know what you think about Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. We're going to have some more videos coming up pretty soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Gillis the Kid. This is Mike, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.